everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to play with a new palette, and it happens to be the Patrick Ta palette. It is a bit more on the pricier side, but I saw this palette and I started seeing reviews and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't resist. So this is what it looks like. The cool thing is there are two cream shades over here with this little flap, which is really cool. So I really want to play with those creams and do a whole pretty smoky eye type look with this palette. And I also thought we would throw in some eyelashes from the Michaela X Glam Light palette and see how those are. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. I did go ahead and do my face. I think because we're playing with the new palette and we're gonna put on some eyelashes, that will be a long enough video. So I will have everything that I've got on my face in the description below. But now we're going to jump into this beautiful palette. I am so excited to get to play with this. I am going to start with one of the creams. I'm gonna start with this lighter shade here. I'm going to start it on this outer V. Well, I mean, it's pigmented, so that's nice. I'm actually going to take it like all the way in and all over the lid. And we'll probably just use it more like as a primer base. I'm gonna take a blank fluffy brush though and start kind of building it into the shape out here that I want and blend it up so it's not such a harsh brown line. And actually that blended out very nicely. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, that's a really nice base. Next we're gonna go into this shade, which I believe is Mother. I think it's called Mother, but it's a nice reddish brown. And I'm actually just going to deepen up this outer third here and kind of create a V shape. We're just going to slowly darken it up. It's blending really nicely with that cream color too. So that's nice. And I am starting to bring it a little bit further in my crease area. Now I'm gonna go into this second shade here. It is called Transition. And I am just going to buff around the edges here and kind of blend everything a little bit better together. Ooh, I like that shade a lot. It made everything look really smooth. Okay, I am gonna go back into Mother, that reddish brown color we were using, and I just want to deepen it up even more. Add just a little bit more pigment to this outer third here. Now I'm gonna go back into the brush I was using that transition shade on, and we're just going to blend. And I didn't pick up any more pigment. I am going to bring that shade, that Mother shade, down onto the lower lash line as well. Just so I can connect it to the top out here too. And I'm gonna bring it in about halfway. Next we're gonna go into this shade. It is a shimmery shade, but it's one of those shades where like it's not a full metallic, so it's got shimmer in it, but it's not an intense metallic. So it is called Divine, and we are gonna stamp this on our lid. And I am going to take it into the inner corner portion here. And I'm really just trying to brighten up the inner part a little bit, but also set the cream that we used as a base there. Plus, I mean, it's got a little bit of sparkle to it, so it's like perfect for me. I like to use shades like this after building up a really dark outer third because it's kind of like doing a cut crease, but without having to do the cut crease. I am gonna go back into my brush that we used Transition on. Again, I'm not picking up any pigment, I am just blending that shade. So it's not too harsh of a line. Next, we're gonna go into the lightest, like topper shade. These two are topper shades. They're not super pigmented, but they're super sparkly. And I'm gonna go into this shade, which I believe is called Abundance. This is a shade where I am going to use my finger to top it off. And we're just going right over that Divine shade to add a bit more sparkle. I mean, can you see how pretty that is? It reminds me of the Auric, the Auric Smoke Reflex, the glitter portion of them. Super pigmented, super beautiful. Going back in with my transition brush, I'm just going to blend it a little bit. Not too much, because I don't want that topper shade everywhere. So just around the edges. I am gonna pick up the brush that we were using Mother with. That was the darker reddish brown shade, and I'm just going to bring it back a little bit on this outer third. I'm not picking up any new pigment, just kind of stamping what's left to bring it back a little bit. And then of course going back to my transition brush to blend it. Now I'm gonna go back into the Divine shade, which is the light shimmery shade, but it's not the topper. I'm just taking it on a little brush and I'm going to finish the lower lash line. Connect that a little bit. And then for the inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go in with my Nabla Skin Glazing. This is the highlight I've got on my cheeks. And I'm just going to pop it in this inner corner here, connect it to the bottom. And I think it just gives it a really nice pop. And here are the eyes. I will say this palette has been so much fun to play with. I have loved every single shade that we've used so far. For our last step, I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush with nothing on it, and I'm just gonna go around all of the edges, just giving everything one last blend around the edges here so it doesn't seem like it's starting and stopping. I'm gonna put some mascara on and then we will come back to put the lashes on. So Michaela has two different eyelashes. She's got Code Orange, which is the one we're going to use today. And she's also got Brand New. Now these babies are huge, so I am not gonna wear these ones today because, I mean, they're beautiful, but they kind of frighten me. So we're gonna go in with Code Orange. They're still pretty fluffy, but maybe slightly more natural. And then I'm just gonna use my Lily Lash Glue. Bear with me because I'm still not a pro at eyelashes. Did I say natural? They're not. There's nothing natural about them. They are big and fluffy and beautiful, which is perfectly fine. We're going to measure them first to see if I need to cut any part off. There's so much glue on the edges. Why is this so hard? Okay, well, we're just gonna wing it a little bit. I am gonna cut a tiny bit off. Okay, I got my glue applied and we're just gonna wait a few seconds and hopefully get them to stick. I did cut off the last two chunks of eyelashes just because I think they were gonna be too long, but again, I wasn't measuring very well because I couldn't get them in. That doesn't sound very good, but eyelashes are hard, so just bear with me. Okay, so those didn't stick. I'm gonna touch up my mascara and see if I can fix it. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I need some practice with the eyelashes. Clearly today is not my day. And with how awesome the Michaela lashes is, I don't want to spend too much time fussing with them and basically ruining them. So when I do figure out how to wear eyelashes, they're not usable. So I'm gonna put this one back and we'll try again on the eyelashes in a little bit. So I'm gonna step away to collect my thoughts and I'll be right back to finish this up. Here is our finished look. I felt kind of dumb that I couldn't get those eyelashes to work, so I did go ahead and pop in some jewels. Even those were difficult for me today, so apparently bedazzling and adding extras is not my thing today, but here we are. I hope you guys really enjoyed this type of tutorial. I know it was just an eye look, but sometimes even an eye look is complicated enough. Overall though, I am so happy with how it turned out. I think the Patrick Ta palette is phenomenal and amazing and stunning and all of the good words that you can think of. I know it is a bit pricier. It definitely is an investment. So if you're not into purchasing the Patrick Ta palette, let me know if you want me to create a similar look with more drugstore palettes. I think I can pull that off for you, but just let me know if you want to see that. If you have purchased the Patrick Ta palette, you'll have to show me some of your looks and tell me how you are liking that palette. I think he did a phenomenal job. Again, all the good words to say about the palette. This is what I have for you today. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. It just helps me out a little bit. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.